Texas State's campus is getting brighter. Students displaced by the VLOS evacuation are slowly returning to their apartments, and changes in parking rules and dining procedures have some students confused. Those stories and more coming up on Bobcat Reports. Hello, and welcome to Bobcat Report. I'm Arian Helm. We'll take a look at the future of food trucks in San Marcos after last week's explosion and fire. As the new semester gets into high gear, there are some changes on campus, and students anticipate what's to come. We'll have those stories after the break. Texas State can be a spooky place, but a 3-year project to improve our outdoor lighting is just wrapping up, as Emma Pennington reports. Concern over the safety of a San Marcos apartment building caused it to be evacuated last weekend. Shay Salgado says the future of the VLOS is in limbo. I'm Arian Helm. Students cope with an evacuation from their apartment building and try to find new homes. Some residents who had been evacuated from the VLOS have slowly been returning to the building. The evacuation was ordered last month after areas of the building were declared structurally unsound. Since then, fewer than 100 have been able to return. City officials have been determined that V Management, which manages VLOFs, will have to demolish and reconstruct the walls of one of the building's stairwells before the remaining numbers of tenants can be allowed to return to the complex. On a campus growing as fast as ours, parking is always a hassle, but Shannon Robinson reports that parking has entered the digital age. When students pick a place to live, the question is always on campus or off. Now, upperclassmen who want to live on campus will have to enter a lottery, Zachary Lopez reports. While Springtown Center may not be finished, San Marcos locals and residents are ready for what is to come. For Bobcat Reports, this is Arian Helm. The Whitliff Galleries at Alkek Library has just opened a new exhibit featuring a prominent Texas writer. Shay Salgado visited the J. Frank Dobie collection. Texas State has a DACA task force to help students with this process. Students can receive help or voice their opinions at the Office of Student Diversity and Inclusion or the Counseling Center. For Bobcat Report, I'm Arian Helm. A study conducted in part at Texas State University found that older adults who suffer from prescription opioid misuse, or POM, are at a higher risk for physical and mental quality of life problems. Ty Shepis is an associate professor of psychology at Texas State University and co-authored the study. He found that adults over 50 with POM have about an 18% chance of major depression and about a 40% chance of substance abuse use disorder. But even with dining plans, some students are lacking proper nutrition. Now there's help. Brittany Thomas reports on an open campus food pantry just for students. Business for San Marcos food trucks was coming back until last week's explosion that destroyed several of them. Now their future is up in the air. Shannon Robinson takes a look. One way to deal with the threat of hackers is to do away with passwords. Texas State is doing just that, as Jenna Ramos reports. Texas State Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training Center, or Alert Center, got an $8.6 million grant from the United States Department of Justice. The grant will support Alert's Rapid Response Training Program, which trains police departments to improve rapid response to active shooters. It's not the first grant Alert has received. It got an $8.6 and $5.4 million grant in 2018 and 2017. It's almost the end of the semester, and students are facing final exams. This next story has a few tips for de-stressing while studying for those all-important tests. Here's Peyton Spurlock with more. Career Services is giving students a chance to find the job of their dreams. As Michael Ema reports, career fairs make it more efficient to meet potential employers. 3 Central Texas cities have joined a legal battle with the gas company Kinder Morgan over a pipeline set to run through the Hill Country. Shay Salgado has the story. TV show Game of Thrones had its finale last May. During its run, it had a significant cultural impact, enough of an impact that Colin Young says you can now take a class about it. Coming up on Bobcat Report, students on the job market can get some leads at the career fairs on campus, and we'll look at changes in dining procedures. That's coming up right after this. And I'm Arian Helm. Bobcat Report will be back next semester, but until then, have a great holiday season. That's our report for this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another Bobcat Report. See you then.